watching you silly dropped frames. Quick, should all be okay here. No, it's the timers. Okay, and then Mr. Rento. Let's see. Main draw tab. I forgot to do the wheels. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna need to do so many wheels, aren't I? Shit. It would be so much easier to do one wheel of 4, but that's not hype. Wheel of names. Let's see, announcements. No strings. Nations Cup. Okay, now I have to fill in a lot of wheels. Hello, hello, hello. I forgot to prepare the wheels, Rento. It's not looking good. France A, USA A. And I could just do like a wheel of 1 to 4, but that wouldn't be great either. It's dropping a fuck ton of frames again. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Let me see, because Kenny told me that it was something else for him. Let's see, settings. While streaming. Oh, there's no way I can change this while streaming, of course. Maybe. I need encoder settings. Sorry. That's the right encoder. That's what I need. Let's see if that helps it or not. Because I do not want another stream where we're a bloody PowerPoint show. Oh no, just clicked on the wrong thing. Don't open all my files, thank you. Why is it doing this? Audio bitrate should be fine. see what happens if I put the bitrate higher and then lower the quality a bit. Still rising rapidly. Why? Bruh, I thought I'd fix this shit. Why? What is the issue? Am I quiet? Rigged. Okay, hold on. I'll lower this a bit. Was I just quiet in total, or am I quiet compared to the inputs capturing? Because the input is basically at the highest it can go. Audio. Just picking up the right mic, right? Seems fine to you, okay. Because it might also be picking up my laptop mic on accident. No, it's not. It's not. Twitch is, yeah, to be fair, Twitch is also quite on my side. Usually YouTube is like 3 times as loud or something. I forgot to do the wheels, so you guys can watch me do the lovely, lovely wheels. Where we are finally getting all the teams in. The UK. And I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all have had a good weekend. Is it still a holiday in like, because here it's still high school holiday, summer holiday, but not elementary school holiday anymore. That's how much I care. I do care. This was just, normally I start an hour later because this is about as early as I can like realistically make it to begin with. So I just didn't have the time. I guess I could have done this in the afternoon and keep it open all day, but Netherlands A. It's so many tabs. Oh my god, 50% dropped frames. Why? Is it running smoothly for you guys or not? Because it would indicate it's not at all running smoothly. Don't worry, JK. I will rig the shit out of this. Damn. Yeah, we'll have to pay close attention to what is possible and what isn't. Can I copy paste them? Maybe. I don't know. It's not like this is that much more work, honestly. NSB, USAD. Oh, just USAD. Jesus Christ, USAD is that high up still. My god. Germany B just squeezes in. You still have one more week of elementary school left? Elementary school holiday left? No. JK, you haven't finished elementary school yet? What the hell? Are you all... Are you all the way in the north? I feel like they've been going for like 2 weeks here now already. But maybe it's only 1 week. Italy B, Germany B, and C, and Nordics. No, we already have Germany B. What am I missing? Italy? Italy B, yes. Italy B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wonderful wheels. 6 brackets, 6 teams per group, and the top 2 advances. So people could get absolutely hecked here. I wonder which team it's gonna be. Over under on how many times the USA matchups need to be re-rolled. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we won't have too many issues. The 4th bracket has 2 USA teams, so that's the only thing. But at least those 2 for sure can't match. But yeah, all 4 groups will have 1 USA team. That's for sure. And I think that's the only team with 4. Australia has 2, the Netherlands has 2, France and UK have 2, Germany. Oh, Australia has 3. Jesus, what's this music? Relax, buddy. Is it even capturing this music? Can you guys even hear any music? It's not moving its thingy. You're in the center of the Netherlands? Aren't you Nijmegen boy? Oh, I guess that's center actually. That just feels like honorary south. Music works, okay. So out of these, the top 2 also advanced. Let's look really quickly. And this, we won't spend too long on this. I think pretty much every expected team went through. I think people have looked at that before on the Discord. Okay, we're being invaded. Lovely. So I don't think we have many surprises. The Netherlands B and France B make it through very comfortably. Netherlands B, of course, on the top. Gang gang. Poland D and ANZ D don't make it, and it wasn't really close, especially for Australia and New Zealand. But that's expected of D teams. Then Poland B went through pretty comfortably. Australia, New Zealand C actually surpasses Hungary, which I guess is the biggest team to fall. Also probably the only main team to fall. Yes, but they're very new. The squad was clearly not like the best it could be at. So nothing surprising there, I guess. So congrats to those teams. Hispanics A obviously went through only 3 losses, very impressive. Italy B goes through, Canada B fails. I didn't even remember that Canada had a second team. The United States C passes, also very clearly. Norway's, the Nordics pass, and Belgium B falls short, but not by that much. Then the USA B and Australia and New Zealand B pass, and the Netherlands C bit the dust here, as expected to be honest. But still, they got 4 wins. And I know JK got a win. I see you, JK. I see you. Then The Netherlands cleared that group as well. USA D went through over Poland C. USA D was expected to pass. I think you were expected to pass anyways, and then you guys switched in like Motoki or something. So, yes, I would say that you were expected to pass. Then Hispanics B and Germany B go through. What happens here? That is a great way for me to no longer have to see how many frames I'm dropping. Just hide it. Italy C actually gave a good fight to Germany B, which is probably at its weakest of all time. But actually Hispanics pulling through pretty safely there. And then Belgium cleared their group as well, with UKB strongly in the lead, and then Eat the D is unfortunately not making it through. But we will always remember them. What a bunch of noobs. Yeah, Netherlands C was just a bunch of noobs. Especially that Farah guy. Cannot believe him. Sounds biased, he would say getting 4 teams in is wild. It is. I don't know to what degree like tactical switching help them, because like Motoki and USA D is obviously BS as well, but I don't know if it mattered or not. Yeah, Farah booted his games, but I mean, considering the situation he's in, that's logical. You was in Team D, my god. I'm pretty certain I got a game against Motoki though. Taki is still in D. Okay. But I know like we didn't bother doing any tactical switching. And I don't know how many countries did or didn't. You got you a lot of wins, but 4 wins wouldn't cost you the rounds. Probably not, unless all of those, which is impossible, unless all of those were against Poland C. No, not even then. Which already would have been impossible. Every country did have a team auto qualify. Okay. Yeah, we didn't have a team auto qualify, but it was still obvious, at least for me, that like A and B were gonna go through anyway, so we could have propped up C. But yeah. The USA plays for the win, I guess, but you will have to fight each other at some point. Alright, I would say we just get right into it. Shall we start with the weak team and then move our way up to the strong team, or other way around? I think we should just do strong team first. You will sacrifice D and C for the greater good. Then you still have 2 teams now. Or are you implying that USA A and USA B will fight each other in the final? Actually, if Rento is here, how is there like seeding based on first and second place in your group, or is it just a random bracket that gets created? Has the USA even won Nation Cups once? So I feel like Germany has won it once. France has won it. Nordics, I think, or Norway has won it. Seeding is based on the quali results, so the group winners first. Okay, yeah. So if you're first in your group, you are guaranteed to match up against the second of another group. Okay. So you know what you have to do, USA. Just get first in every single group, and you could create a quarterfinals full of USA teams. Quarterfinals, then From 8 to 60, or from 8 to 4, 4 to 2. Yeah. You didn't have any food and brunch, mate. Don't starve yourself, mate. Go get some dinner, JK. Easy, it's a great idea. I know. I like to think big, like the Americans do. Do you want me to write the results down again, Rento? Because it looks like the stream has stabilized now in terms of dropping frames. Can just do it on this. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, and Group 6. Yeah, I'll write them down just to be certain. So let's just get to the first ones. We have France A, USA A, Italy, and Germany. Press Alt F4 to spin the wheel. Oh, let me try that. I see you, Tacky, you little bastard. So the first 8 teams have not had to play yet. The Hispanics are the first to have played. Yeah, boy. And of course, in this group, again, nations from the same or teams from the same nation cannot match up against each other. So luckily there's not 5 USA teams, because that would have been painful. Okay, so in the first group you have Italy A. If I might be so bold, I would say either they or Germany are the weakest out of this group. I wrote down 6 groups of 3, that's not correct. It's 4 groups of 6, my god. Okay, so Italy A, USA E. Yeah, who knows, maybe in the future, mate, you got 5 teams going through. USA E will be matched against Poland A, UK A, Australia, New Zealand A, and Canada. I'd say Australia, New Zealand, and the UK are probably the strongest teams. I will once again reiterate that I always underestimate Canada. But listen, Justin does the entire clot thing. He just knows. He knows. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. So we have Canada A facing off with Italy A. Italy A. And then we have the Netherlands, Belgium, Poland B, or Hispanic. That's actually an insanely high rating for Poland B. Holy hell. How did that happen? Ooh, it's the Belgians. Disgusting. Our southern neighbors. Gonna check real quick how Poland B got their score. Oh, they were in probably the weakest group. Okay. I was very confused. I see you, Rento. I see you. Riding along. Then we have Hispanics B, USA B and C, and the Netherlands B. All very good teams, besides the USA, of course. If this isn't a USA team, then the next group automatically has a USA team going through. But it is a USA team, so that's very nice. USA C. So far, I think this has been a relatively weak group. And I say that with the utmost respect for everybody. But I think these have not been the strongest teams that have gone through. So let's see, France B, UK B, USA D, and then Australia, New Zealand B. So that's not possible. We cannot have a second USA. So we spin again, and don't you dare give me 4 spins. You're saying USA C has a chance? Yes, I am actually saying that, yes. I am genuinely saying that. Australia, New Zealand B. So that's another B team off the list. That's good. And then here it cannot be Australia, New Zealand C or Italy B. So this is realistically Germany and or Nordics. My God, okay, this is gonna it's gonna be a painful one to keep track of everything. And it's the Nordics. Okay, so the first group is complete. So the first group is Italy A, Canada, Belgium, the United States C. Video cancelled? Australia, New Zealand B, and the Nordics. What do you mean video cancelled? What happened? Yeah, I don't trust Twitch at all. It is dropping frames on my end, but relatively relatively stable. The old videos removed. I think so. It was so buggy that like uploading it to YouTube wouldn't really do anything. But I don't know if it's automatically removed. Maybe. I am on the edge of like what you're allowed to, how many hours you're allowed to save on Twitch, so it might just auto remove it. Okay. Then we go to Group B. We have Germany A, France A, and the USA A. Left. Probably Germany is the weakest out of these. And there we go. Germany A. What do we need in this group? We need at least one USA. And we don't per se need an Australia yet, because there's only 3 of those. Okay. So we have Germany A. The UK A. Oh god. Are Germany and the UK going at it again? That's a really strong team from that group. And then we have Poland B. Okay then. Looks like a fucking shite group is back on the menu, boys. For the Netherlands A at least. Hispanics B, USA B, the Netherlands B. There you go, USA B. You ask and you shall receive, Saline. France B, UK B. This has to be France because the USA is already out and the UK is already out. So this is just going to be France B. So we can ignore this result and just write down France B there. Once used to be a Dutch artist called Lange Frans en Baas B. It's not France B at all. What am I on about? And then is everything still possible here? Germany isn't possible. And that's it. It's my payment. Thank you, Taki. Thank you. That's very kind of you. This has been to the advantage of the USA so far, I think, yes. They do need it, of course, those poor people. Italy B finishes off the group. So we then have a group of Germany A, the UK A, which is a very strong team as well. Poland B, the USA B, France B, and Italy B. Just not enough American players, bruh. Bruh. You guys have more more teams that went through than any other team even fielded to begin with. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, I'm waiting. I'll wait. You have a whole team for subs. Yes. I'm gonna check if everything's still possible. So USA needs to be split up for sure. The Netherlands will still need to be split up. Hispanic. Yeah, so these two groups determine the other one. Hispanic and Netherlands A, and then Hispanic B, Netherlands B. So Netherlands A, Hispanic B is guaranteed. Hispanics A, Netherlands B is guaranteed. You have another US, which is logical. And we have two Australias. Yes, it is possible, but a lot of things will determine a lot of other teams. France A. Yes, these last teams will have a lot of A teams. So France A goes into the third group. That automatically means the USA goes into the fourth group. Hispanics A, Netherlands A. Well, that's not possible. Let's see. But this could potentially be an insane group. Well, they're both going to be very strong groups. So Australia, New Zealand goes with France. And that means that Poland A joins the USA. Which is a tough one. I will close these two. Yeah, the top two from each group advances. That is not the result I was hoping for. Okay. So the Hispanics join France and Australia, New Zealand. While the Netherlands joins the USA and Poland. Which means once again this wheel has done hacking wonders for our chances to go through. That also means that these are decided. NLB joins the group of France. And Hispanics B joins the group of the USA. Yeah, group 4 ain't looking too pretty so far. The UK and the USA D is then also decided because we've already rolled for the rest. So then the USA D goes with France A. And UKB goes in goes into the US team. Okay, lovely. Fucking hell. These groups are not created equal, my god. And then this is also decided because Germany B then has to join the group of France. And Australia and New Zealand C joins the USA. Yikes. Yikes. Those poor guys. Those poor guys are gonna be dead. Oh no. Rip, yeah, rip Australia and New Zealand C, holy hell. Okay. So these are our 4 groups, we have them on the stream right here. Group A will be Italy, Canada, Belgium, the United States C, A and Z B, and the Nordics. In Group B we have Germany, UK, Poland B, USA B, France B, and Italy B. That's quite a B teams. In Group C, we have France, Australia, New Zealand, Hispanics, the Netherlands B, the USA D, and then Germany B. And then once again, with the help of the wheel, I've fucking done it again. We're in the group of death again, baby! Woo! USA, Poland, Netherlands, Hispanics B, the UK B, and ANZ C. Group B seems the most balanced. I actually think it might be Group A, honestly. You can go over them real quick. So, Group A has Italy and Canada, which are both relatively weak in their brackets. Italy is the third team. Canada's at the bottom of their bracket. Then we have Belgium, which is third in their bracket. The USA C. Australia, New Zealand B. Oh my god, they have all the bottom boys. And Nordics. Holy hell, what a... Group A is definitely the best balanced and the most interesting. It's also a relatively weak group. I mean, what Italy does, of course, remains to be seen. Let me open up a second one of these. Surely my PC will be happy when I do that. Yes, good boy. So we can have a little look at the lineup. Uh-oh, I already got a ping from the Dutch server. Hold on. What is the result? Let me just say alarm. Okay, so now we should be able to see the lineups here real quick, because we haven't seen the top teams play yet. So who did Italy have again? Corsano, Stefano, Lepanto, Practice, Simone and Rodrigo. Okay. And then Canada's gonna look underwhelming, because they always do every single year. Bear, Grimer, Amschlasem, the Shots, Benoit and Darren Diehard. See, on paper Canada's just never a good team. How do they always perform so well? How? And then our southern neighbors. Oh my god. Belgium, Cornel, Devdoet, Mathwolf, Van, Herscher, the Belgian. See, I would put them and like Canada pretty close on paper. Maybe Canada is a little bit better rounded than them. USA C. I mean, the USA is probably gonna switch players around still. Although games are gonna start like tomorrow now, right? So I assume people have already moved people around again. The USA C is Hornback backwards, Jesus Christ. Celine, Heigai, Lumumba, Pink Matter, and Kenny. Is that our Lollywood boy? Is this fucking Lollywood? Did you guys put Lollywood in fucking C? Jesus Christ, okay. You have a team with fucking Tacky in D and Lollywood in C, oh my god. What the fuck is this? Okay. Okay, that's just a strong team then. That can easily catch up in the other three at least. And then the other two teams will probably struggle a bit more. So Australia, New Zealand B, right? Yes. Hydrate, good one. I drank l'agua. Let's see, Battlebot, Grievous, Hoodie J, then an empty spot. Oh my god. Rogue and Meth Magician. It's fine, I hydrate. Jesus, Celine, don't get a power trip, man. I assume they're gonna fill up this last spot. Did they sub someone out? What happened there? I thought they were complete. Ends B. They already switched a player. Yeah, the Nordics are. Where are the Nordics? They can't sub anyone in anymore. Ooh, that's not good for them. Inside Hunter, Roger, Crooksley, X-Failures, the Teddy. Yeah, I think. Nope. I think Australia and the Nordics are probably the bottom two, and then it's just a fight for first between the other four. Italy probably does look the strongest there. Canada and Belgium tend to upset, but USAC is just, that would be any other nations like B team at the very least. They can't sub anyone in. That's gonna hurt them as well though, like not having that sixth player means one of them gets even more pressure on them. And then that means you cannot field a Mick. Mick the Dick is like the mascot. You need him. You need him for that energy. Yeah. How many rounds until elimination? So there's 5 main rounds. It says right here. This one starts today/tomorrow. We'll have to see. I don't know what Rento is planning. Probably like on the day switch from today to tomorrow for Americans, I would assume it's going to be something like that. So for Europe, you wake up, you have a new game. For Americans, around the time you go to bed, you might get a new game. It is French Brawl Normal Fog, which, holy hell, that template has been a pain in the ass to play so far. Bloody hell. What a downgrade. Then the next round starts about next week. Tabernar's choice, and then every week a new round starts. So try not to be too slow, because otherwise you'll just have 10 games at the very least in your multiplayer tab. No more even, right? No, 10 should be fine. Then Landria. After that, MMEWR is created, and then we end the main event rounds with a Seredith, which we already played in the qualifiers as well. So that's the first repeat one. It's only 1 game per round. Oh, okay. It's only 1 game per round, guys. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Way too easy. Up to 3 games per round, Rento. Let's go. And after those 5 rounds, there will be the top two go through in every group. I don't think tiebreaker is realistic. Otherwise, I guess in the event of a tiebreaker, is it just individual results between the 2 teams, Rento? That makes the most sense. There's 5 rounds, so should always end in an even amount. Doesn't have to, but game creation shouldn't be impacted by vacation, but not joining the game in time might. And then around October 12th, that is just a guess when that will be, but for now the guess is around October 12th. The quarterfinals will start, and then beginning of November the semi-finals, with the finals towards the end of November, and hopefully by the time It's all over. We are early December and everyone can take their little Christmas break. First tiebreaker is always the A team advancing over the B team, and then the head-to-head is the second tiebreaker. Okay. Okay. I find it very difficult to put favorites for Group A. I'll say Italy and USA C maybe. But honestly, any of the four can go through, and then I'll put Australia, New Zealand B last, Nordics in fifth at least. And then Belgium fourth, Canada third, USA second, Italy first. And for Group B, we have Germany A, it's the lowest rank. Then the UK, which is relatively good, almost the same level if you look at these scores. Then Poland B, which actually got a very good score, but I believe, not to discredit Poland B, yeah, they had an incredibly weak group relative to some other teams. So I think this is a higher score than they should realistically have if they were in like a different group. USA B is incredibly strong. I'm actually surprised that down here. Probably means they got into a group with another strong team. Australia New Zealand B is also not particularly strong. Okay. But they have some people switched in, of course. And then France B, the best of their group, and then Italy B all the way at the bottom, unfortunately. I mean, realistically, this should be the UK A and Germany A. Germany, Timmy, Alex, Shakicho, Kozo, MTT, Dreamworker. It's not a super strong team though. The UK, Bun, Korn, Dry Clean, Matt, Bliss, and Silver Warrior. They will make it out of the group for sure. Then for Poland B, Matrix, Noe, Semper Fidelis. Jesus Christ, just because you're from Poland doesn't mean you have to write down the most incomprehensible name known to mankind. Spezoniop, Zoros, and Vijish. Why is Widdy in B and not an A? Don't even try. I'm sorry, Rento. Why is Witch Chisel in B and not an A? What's happening there? Not a horrible team. Honestly, they do have decent average, but I don't think they can stand up to Germany or the UK. We have the USA B, Ashley, Neat, Almost, Tricky, Aries, Turtle, and Siphon. Which is also a very strong team. Not this like a super scary team in the name of like USA A has a lot of heavy hitters, USA B it's a bit more rounded in that sense. But I mean that average level is fucking insane. Wids never played the newer templates like Landria or Tara Bonia. That's true. He is a old school player who has been playing more recently, but probably not on the newer templates that much. That's fair. That means Poland A is gonna play with 4 players. Damn, okay. So USA B has a very good average level, and France B, Blondine, Legui, Edu, RGK, and then Zev and Farrell, because of fucking course we put those two in France B still. You and Wits play 2v2 Black Sea Brawl and beat Rufus. I mean, I also beat Rufus, that's not a Black Sea Brawl. I do think Black Sea Brawl is such a basic 0% SR template that it's easier in that sense. He'll probably still do fine, but Tarabonia is a bit different, and Landrea is very different. But he would probably still perform absolutely fine in A. This is a Zeph and Feral in B. I mean, Feral is like... Feral or Rec Leader is the best player in all of France. Like, Feral should be an A, and Zeph probably is better than like Was, Toff, or Fan. You put Lineal in A, but he went inactive. Oh, that sucks. That is not very nice. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It happens, but still sucks. Okay, so France B is actually more stacked than I thought. Why are they so low? Who did they get in that group for them to struggle? Oh, of course, the Netherlands B. That's right, baby! Netherlands B, we fucking rule! Hell yeah. Okay. And an Italy B. I forgot that Italy even had a B team. That's how impressive they are, apparently. Dennis, Mina, Lights, Beep Beep, Juanladi, Fralex. So yeah, the UK will definitely go through. There's no question about that, and I would definitely say USA B as well. With Germany and France B, maybe Poland B being able to put up a fight. I find Poland B relatively difficult to rate. And Italy B doesn't even have that many bad players, but Jesus Christ, they're not gonna survive that group. Like, all of these players are decent, but not capable of keeping up, I don't think. So, Group A has 4 people for the win. For me, Group B is just UK and USA B. If either of those fails to go through, it would be very surprising. And then for the middle, it's Germany, Poland, France, and then Italy is gonna be at the bottom. And then we go to Group C and D, which are both heavier groups, I think. Group C has France, the absolute top team, the winners of last time. I wonder if at some point they're gonna switch in Zeph or Feral into A. But even then, their A team is super strong anyways. Then Australia, New Zealand, the Hispanics, Netherlands B, USA D, and Germany B. Yeah, I mean, Bibra, Fan, Malik, and Rackley, the top was. That is an insane strong. Tax probably won't be too happy either now. Australia, New Zealand A. Danny, Tex, Mori, Seraph, Zeno, and LND. I mean, Mori, Tex, Zeno is like a very, very, very strong core. And Seraph and LND aren't bad. I don't know Danny, but it still doesn't feel as well-rounded as France does. But maybe slightly higher peak. Yeah, I'm surprised Farrell is in B team as well. They might still switch him because he was. I think he was the best performing player last year. Don't sleep on Seraph. I'm not sleeping on Seraph. Like Seraph is, like Fan, Toff, Seraph are all similar, I think. I mean, yeah, Australia, New Zealand A does have a lot of good players as well. And then the Hispanics, which is unfortunate for them. Juan, Bahamut Rojo, Gatsu, Pavlovsky, Keitel and Gve. Yeah, I mean that's also such a well-rounded team. Holy hell. Where did Hispanics end up? Yeah, the top Hispanics was the best performing team that didn't automatically go through. France is the champions of last year. Australia and New Zealand relatively in the middle. Bahamut is quite good. Yeah, yes. I don't know who you are. Maybe it's you and you're just tooting your own horn right now. Mr. Ilgor. But he is indeed quite good. It's Benoit. Ah, Mr. Benoit. Irj. Then we have the Netherlands B, of course, absolutely goaded with the sauce, that team. I'm still hip and cool, as you can see. Churk, Yule, Pink, Nature, Chooks, JW. Strong team, but the other three are definitely a step above, I would say. They can definitely pull some upsets, but to have the consistency to pull above these two, I don't know. I don't know. USA D. Michael, Lawn, Arc, Onslaught, Tacky and Proud Spy. Then the question is, will Tacky switch or not? France A, USA A is so strong. Yeah, they are insanely strong, both of those teams. That's the most likely final if they don't pair up earlier, in my opinion. Yeah, USA D. Not till Tara Bonnier. Okay. It's not a bad team, but boy, in this group they're gonna eat some shit, man. Jesus Christ. Tacky will probably be able to compete, and then like Arc will probably be able to compete, and then the rest is just getting surprise wins here and there. Yeah, I'd probably move Arc and Tacky above for like Pink, Bladder, and Lumbumba, probably. Tacky could get booted. Not. I think his booting days are relatively over. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Pink Bladder is a top tier player, is he? I don't know. Maybe otherwise backwards Hornback. I don't know. Celine, Hey-Guy, and Kenny are definitely like the three best players in that team at the moment. Hornback and Lumbumba. That's fair. I think that's a logical switch to put Arc and Tacky in C. And then just watch as D gets ritually slaughtered in a way that we haven't seen since the Mayan Empire has fallen. Pink over Celine, really? I mean, I see Pink's around so little. Like Celine, I know Celine plays a lot of different templates, so I know he's like relatively well-rounded. 17 is fine. And I haven't seen anything from Pink Bladder. OG Warrider, he is an OG Warrider, that's true. With over a decade of dominance. I mean, that is a statement. I guess. 7th is fine. Hold on, I love this. OG Warrider with over a decade of dominance. I haven't seen him in any competitive area in like 10 years. Here's a list of players I've beaten head to head at least once. At least once, I love it. The Impaler, Frederick Ruthless. I only know that the Impaler and Ruthless were strong. I don't even know if any of these other people were good. He's the GOAT. The GOAT! I mean, 2010, 2011 is really early Warzone, to be fair. But the fact that, like, after that you got, like, Svenigan and New Phone and Dead Piggy, Gui, all these guys, and they're not on the list. But I mean, he's been around for a long time, actually. I didn't realize he was around for this long. Frederick is Fridge. It might be Frederick the Second, might be Fridge. But like, we've all beaten Fridge. No offense to Fridge, but we've all beaten Fridge. But I don't know how much. If he played him like twice and he won twice, that's still good. Like, I don't have a positive record against Fridge, but I've definitely beaten Fridge. And then Germany B, which is Jesus Christ, those guys. Andre Martino, Gza, what the Janine and that's just Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think. Well, good news for the USAD. You might not get lost. Well done. How did Germany B make it out of the qualifiers? That's an excellent question that I can answer with ease. Germany B had Italy C as its opponent, and Italy C has this. I recognize Smoking and Mopino. And they have Cianao, Max, Karlstadt, the most Italian name I've ever heard, and Liva Napoli. And they beat them by 4 points. So yeah, those two are at the bottom, probably in this order. The Netherlands B probably 4th. Honestly, this is probably the order they're gonna finish in. It's just gonna be France, Australia, New Zealand, Hispanics, Netherlands, USAD, Germany. That's probably the order they'll finish in. Hispanics might pull one, but Hispanics will knock out NZ? I don't know though. Because like Hispanics Juan, Bahamut, Gatsu, Pavlisky, Kaitos, and like Juan is top tier, Bahamut is very good. Gatsu, I thought Gatsu was mainly a small earth specialist. But maybe not. Juan and Rojo are both top tier, that's true, but then the rest is decent. And then you have Australia, New Zealand, like Tex, Mori, and Zeno are also top tier, out of which Zeno at least beats anyone on Hispanic team for sure. And Tex and Mori are at least more active in the strat community at the moment. And then Seraph is very good. Danny B and LND are probably on the weaker side. I don't know Danny B at all, and LND is definitely improved. But I don't, yeah. Enkev is also not as good as the rest. Kaitos. Pavlevsky and Gatsu will probably, these are probably ordered in like how good they are as players. Honestly, it might come down to the matchups. You might be right on that. I think this is just the order of strength of players. And that's not the case here for sure. It's probably Xeno, Tex, Mori, Seraph, LND, Denny. Yeah, it might be the matchups. It's probably gonna be a very interesting fight for second place. If the Juggernauts get matched up, you lean Hispania just because the debt is better. Yeah, so then the not so heavy hitters would beat the not so heavy hitters of Australia. But I would also give the heavy hitters of Australia the advantage over his Hispanics. Especially because even if you say like Zeno and Juan are on the same level and like Tex is on the same level as Baja, then Moriori still beats whoever the third is. Like 10 out of 10 times. That top 3, Australia's top 3 is just much heavier, I think. Hoodie J would give them a better chance. Maybe they'll switch. They can still switch. Although this is not a good time for anyone from Australia to be online. Is Hoodie... Has Hoodie left the... Strat... not Strat, the Small Earth Specialist stuff? Has he like branched out? Because like if he has an 80% win rate but it's a Small Earth, then he's actually probably gonna eat shit if he plays like Tarabonia and Landria and such. He's a top 5 1v1 player, is he? Has he reached top? I take it you mean on the ladder, which I mean he's definitely not a top 5 player 1v1 overall, but he doesn't have his ladder shown, so maybe on a different account. Tarp is pretty self-explanatory. It is, but if you're playing it competitively, you're essentially like thinking out the entire game, right? I don't think I think most people don't play it that seriously, and if you do play it seriously, you can basically just think out the entire game. Especially once picks are known, you can just good players should be able to like surrender basically instantly. If like the picks fall strongly one way or another. Yeah, it might come down to like 1 or 2 games between those two. France will go through. I don't question that. That's not up for the debate, I think. And then Australia or Hispanics, and then these 3 will probably finish as this is. For my prediction, I would still say they just finish exactly in this order. And then the final group, yay. Why? We have what I think on paper is the scariest team, probably. Fucking Arsene. Blob Blob, Jacob, Master USA, Nick Pugs, and Moto. Which is a heavy team. Just curious if I would change Tricky for like Blob Blob or something. But I don't know. Or USA. I don't know how active Master USA is at the moment, but like Arsene is a. All of these players, besides no Blob Blob as well, all of these have made top 10 on the MTL, like recently. Besides USA, that is not a very nice team, eh? Second in the group, and then Poland A, which is the highest in that group. Netherlands actually the lowest in their bracket, but maybe the strongest team, or maybe Hispanics is the strongest team. Hispanics B, which is then relatively low, UK B is relatively high, and then some sacrificial lambs, I'm sorry. Blob Blob did get the 1v1 trophy recently. Yeah, he's also been at the edge of the top 10 on the MTL recently, right? Which just means he has so much versatility. Yeah, Arsene is poached from the EAS team. Still a shame that the EAS team didn't play, because like with Crazy and Arsene, they have Sud and Blob, they have actually a really solid base as well. That could have made it a lot more interesting to have like another one of those top teams in there. But that is an insanely strong team, that's for sure. And Rayero as well, yep. Yep. And then we have Poland A, Rento, the Great Sage, and Eminent Junkie, which is Jake, I believe. You have Winnie and the Forbidden Koala. Maybe soon to be reinforced by Wizzy. Um, I mean, it's a strong team, but having only 4 players does bring quite a larger load. Because that means half of your team will play 2 games every round instead of 1. With 5 rounds that follow each other quickly, that can actually stack pretty hard. So that's the biggest question, I would say. Like, the average skill here is incredibly high, which is relatively easy with 4. Really don't think it's a group of death for you this year. No, it's not as bad as before. Definitely not. Last time it was like by far and away the strongest group. I don't think that's the case now. I think the top 3 is stacked, and after that, well, yeah, and C might be worse. I think C might be the toughest fight for the top. Because then we would replace the Hispanics, so it would be us and Australia A. Because I do put us over Germany, so this is not as scary. Maybe USA B. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Just USA A is really painful. And you guys have a really solid team, it's just 4 people, so that's the biggest risk. There's no real other issue with the team, I'd say. Maybe Forbidden Koala is a little bit weaker, but like, if we're gonna sift on that, it's not gonna matter. They have the Netherlands A, which is Carp, myself, Mr. Rob, Vobs, Koning, and Ursus, who is getting back into form more and more every single week. I do like this team. I think we have a strong, well-rounded team. Vobs has also been improving. Koning is probably the weakest link in that sense, but is still a very solid player overall. We might miss like the very heavy hitter, but at the same time, depending on the template, Rento or Winnie can be like heavy hitters, but not also like the status of a heavy hitter. I think in the same way that like an Arsene or something will have. We kind of have the same here, but a very well-rounded team. And then we have Hispanics B. Takuro is very good. Haika, MMM, Petruski, Stanley Boy, Volcano. That is a harsh drop-off of average level compared to the first 3 teams we looked at. And I think that will be the team throughout the other 2 teams as well. Takuro is good. The rest is... like, none of these people are bad. They can all pull upsets, but on average you wouldn't expect them to win. Versus the Poland, Netherlands and USA team. They have the UK B, which I don't even remember. Where are they? There they are. Shizzle, Medevac, Medevac, Legend of the Phoenix, Killmouse v Killmouse, Tartan, and DD, which is actually for the UK also a really weak second team. Yeah, they're not gonna make it through, are they? Posture. I'm actually sitting. fairly okay at the moment. Yeah. I'm not hunched over like the little gremlin that I sometimes am. Shoulders need to be a straight line. I mean, they can also be a straight line like this. They should be a straight line, but my, what are they called, armrests are relatively high, but then also not as high as the desk, so I get a bit of a weird thing going on there. Yeah, that's not gonna stand up to the other teams. Even Hispanic B, I would expect, will run over that UKB team. Did the UKB like? Because they could have gotten like maybe Hedja is inactive again, but like a Marcus, although Marcus also went inactive. Who else do they have that are missing? I feel like the UK is missing a lot of players, but I also can't really think of anyone. Who else are they missing? I mean, Buns, Quicksilver, Dry Clean, obviously like very good, but I feel like a Silent Warrior or a Bliss Machine should be in B if they have like a full team. Could look at last year's lineup. I could. Don't know if I still have that ready. Nations Cup 2024. Yes. Sorry, a little extra thingy to look at, but I'm curious what they're missing, who they're missing. And it doesn't feel like they have the same depth as before. Oh, Poland is missing Bast. Oh, Christoph didn't play as well. Damn, Poland is actually also missing some heavy hitters. Germany's missing Schwartz and Edge. Jesus Christ. Calm Warders, Hergel weren't on the roster either. Octane isn't on the roster. Baron isn't on the roster. Bonsai isn't on the roster. Dom, yeah. Dom Reza as well. Yeah, Dom Reza Marcus like would have been a nice addition, but this UKB is just a bit weak in that sense. Yeah, some teams are actually missing quite some big names. We're missing ADHD, I think that's the biggest. That's the only one really. It's also the biggest name we're missing. Look at this. This is actually East Asia would have been such a good team. Look at this. That's such a good, strong team. And then yeah, the Swiss as well. But their interest just died out, unfortunately. Swiss wasn't strong enough on paper. Yeah, but every single year, they didn't just overperform once, they overperformed like twice or three times in a row. They already had insanely high seeding for like what they had on paper. It's the same with like Canada for some reason. It's just a team that just does really well. And the last team is Australia and New Zealand C, which I don't think they're gonna be scoring many points. Oh, they do have Make the Dick. Shit. Okay, so Australia and New Zealand C wins because Make the Dick is in there. Actually, not too bad of a group, actually, then. USA A should win. If they don't win it, then Jesus Christ, they failed. And then it's close. I actually think it's going to be a close fight between Poland and the Netherlands. And then these three are just going to be at the bottom, probably in this order. Hispanics can't keep up with these three, but also far outpaces the other two. Outpaces the other two. And the UK B is weak, but Australia New Zealand C is probably one of the weakest teams in here. Your team Canada is on the underdog. Yeah. They always perform relatively well. You were the lowest seeded team to go through automatically. I do think your team is relatively strong compared to what it has been before. But still, like, Bear, Amslesm, and the Shots and Darren are all like good players, but I would not put any of them at like a very high level. Like, obviously you are a high level and Leon is very good as well. Yeah, missing Gunk and Justin is big. That is true. But like you're always surprised, and as we went through it already, like Belgium, USAC are not per se stronger than you. So I think Group A will be the most entertaining group because there's 4 teams that can all get anywhere between first and fourth. Although I would say Italy's unlikely to drop below second. But basically the top 4 is pretty much open, and then these two are just stuck in 5th and 6th. For Group B, the UK and the USA should just go through, honestly. And then the midfield is interesting. Germany might be able to keep it, might be able to surprise. And then Poland B, France B in the midfield. Although France B is surprisingly strong with that Feral Zef stuff. Italy B has no chance there. Group C, France will definitely go through, and then it will be Australia and Hispanics to go through. Netherlands B will be, I think, a clear 4th. Clearly behind the top 3, clearly ahead of the 5th and the 6th place. And here we have 2 sacrificial lambs that are not gonna perform well, unfortunately. And then in Group D, the USA should go through easily between the Netherlands and Poland for 2nd place. And then this is probably just stuck this way. Hispanics 4th, UK 5th, Australia 6th. So in my opinion, we will see Italy, the United States C, the UK A, United States B, France and Australia, New Zealand, and then the United States A, and I have to back ourselves. So the United States A and the Netherlands are the 8 teams that will go through, which would mean 3 out of the 4 USA teams make it through. But that USA D team has no fucking shot. Hold on, I need to turn on me lights real quick. There we go. It'll be difficult, but you are in a weak group at least. Yeah, you don't have any like of the super heavy hitters. But you also don't stand out much. Yeah, I think you have a better shot than Belgium. I would definitely put Canada over Belgium on average. USA, it will, yeah, USAC is a strong one. But it's probably the best group for you to have a chance in, because if Canada was in Group B, they might also make it in Group B. But I think Group C and Group D would probably mean you don't make it through. USA with 3 teams in. Yeah, I think so. There definitely is a chance. USA C is not certain. I would say USA B is fairly likely. USA A has to be. If USA A doesn't make it out of this group, it's insane. That would be incredible, like an incredible failure on their part. Games will be made August the 24th, which is today. I don't know if Rento has spoken with Justin on when and how the games will be made, but within the next few hours. For Europeans, it might be as you wake up, you have the new games, and for the Americans, it might be as you're about to go to bed, you have the games, something like that. The matchups are not known, so Justin could just they could be made within a second probably, but I don't know if Justin is even awake or alive or present. So we'll see. But those are the new matchups. Those are the predictions for my part. Um, Good luck to everyone. There's no like group where I think the top two is instantly clear. So it's gonna be some good games, some good groups. I wish everyone the best of luck. Have a lot of fun. Lose all your games against any Dutch team that you face, because that's the most important part of life, to lose against the Dutchies. And then we will see you for maybe for the quarterfinals drawings. We'll see, because that's obviously not a big draw anymore, but then maybe there is some stuff to analyze. So, we'll see. Thank you for the people who could make it. This stream seemed to have gone a little bit better in terms of stability, so hopefully that's a positive curve that we're just gonna ride all the way up until there's no issue anymore. And I see you all next time. Bye bye!